Powerpuff Girls is fantastic, but so is SpongeBob.
You're watching Forget Being Cool.
It's Forget Being Cool for May 1st, 2020. My name is Dave Moore. Joining me, of course, is my main man, my man on the internet, Johnny_Casino. It's the last real day of real lockdown in the state of Ohio, which means this is the slow ticking countdown to the end of this podcast. Hi, John.
Hi, Dave. Dave.
Yes.
I didn't expect you to make me so sad all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I just want to prep our listeners. I just want them to be aware of our situation. I know it's real dire. It's like a real situation going on here. Is Forget Being Cool, the revival podcast.
It could be a very limited series.
Could be extremely limited. Although, what are we at? We're at episode like 94.
I didn't actually save it yet on my program to know, but yeah, it's somewhere around.
We have to get to 100. No matter what happens, we will go to 100.
If we can last like 2.5 more weeks, we're guaranteed to do that. Here's the thing.
Yeah,
a couple things.
but I don't even know what next week looks like until tomorrow afternoon. That's how my life works, John. Hi.
So if this cannot continue, and
yes.
you know what, put a pin in this for just a second,
okay?
Because we got to come back to this, but I have a couple things I got to tell you first.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you something, Dave. So first of all, I don't know why the audio clips are so much quieter than the music clips there. So I was I couldn't crank it up, play the audio clip of you saying the Powerpuff Girls are amazing, and then turn it back down enough to get the music going. So I'm sorry if I blew anyone's eardrums out.
Let's just admit that Sean doesn't know how his soundboard works.
This is like some cheap, like some free soundboard program. I don't know.
John, just buy a soundboard program. There's this program. You don't know what it's called?
Yeah.
It's called Soundboard. It's like $20. Just buy it.
I would be all for that. I need to put this pin down. I'm gonna be super clicky pin if I don't set this thing down. I would be all for that, but I need to know that like I have a long-term use for it. And right now, like this is a short-term thing, and I almost forgot it was a short-term thing.
That's why I reminded you, John. I just wanted to remind you the possibility. Now, it's not neither John or I want. I just want to remind everybody it's the first of the month. We gotta set our expectations. This could end by the end of May. It probably won't. I don't see that happening, but the possibility exists. I'll remind you again that this is a limited series on June 1st if we're still here.
Okay, Dave.
Hi, John.
If we cannot do this 3 times a week, if schedules make it where that's not possible.
You're right. We aren't going to do it one time a week. We're going to find a time.
But here's the question. So you and I have decided we have to keep doing this in some form. But would we keep doing this? Because Forget Being Cool has always been a 3-day-a-week morning show. Now, granted, when we actually did it in the morning, when I'd stumble out of bed and have my coffee, that was the greatest of times.
It was.
Right? Not that I don't enjoy this, but there's something about that, right?
Right.
But
that is not a realistic thing we could do anymore.
No. But it has never been a once a week show.
Unless you want to get up at 4:30.
I was up at 4:40 this morning to go to work early so I could get home at a decent hour. Speaking of that real quick.
Okay.
Our next Wednesday show, I'm not going to be able to record. because we record on Tuesday, right? And what I have been told to expect for my Tuesday is I need to be at work, which is about 45 minutes away. Okay. I need to be there before 6 a.m. and expect to be there till midnight.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
So don't worry. We'll do the show from there.
Not possible because I'll be actually working, which is a weird thing for me. I don't normally work when I work.
Occasionally, you'll have to pick up the phone and say, Air Products, this is John, and I'll just blabber out about something.
Yeah. Different. It doesn't work that way with my new job. But anyway. So if this goes to 1 day a week, like if we can't do this 3-day-a-week thing anymore, and we're like, okay, we got to keep doing 1 day a week. Do we keep doing Forget Being Cool, or do we come up with just a brand new show?
I actually agree with you on this. I think we just come up with another show.
Yeah, and could it be anything? Like, could our minds? Do we need to start planning this now on the show? I have a segment every day where we brainstorm a little bit.
Yes, do you have an idea, John? Because I did not come prepared to this.
No. This is literally coming off the top of my head as we are speaking.
John, I don't have any ideas for shows for us. I still think Let Me Tell You Something was a really good show. I just don't think we could ever air it.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. And I also,
you know what?
It was kind of tough to maintain.
You know what, John? If I could find it, which I'm almost 100% sure I can.
Oh, you'll air it on Wednesday?
I'm going to air it on Wednesday next week.
Okay, I think it's a great idea. I think it's also a terrible idea, but I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
So let's ask ourselves a couple questions. Like, I think we should ask and answer a couple questions that's going to lead up to what this final product is going to be that we're going to do at some point when we have to go back to once a week.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, here's the first thing. Is it going to be about video games?
Look, this is the thing you and I lean on.
Yeah, it's our crutch.
It's our crutch, and I want it to not be.
So what you're saying, and I think I agree with you here, you want to make it so that, if a video game gets mentioned from time to time, that's one thing, but it needs to be like it can't be a staple or even like a crutch throughout the entire
Right,
thing.
We can't call it Dave and John's Gaming Show 2, okay? We can't call it Sheldon Forgotten the second part. We can't call it
shelved and still forgotten.
Yeah, that's right. Not options. These are shelved and forgotten ideas.
Okay. So we need to make it
I think the reality, John, is almost we just need a stupid name and
then we'll make the show around it.
And we'll just do this show once a week.
Do you think that you and I could ever again do a show with a format?
I like formats.
Do you?
I like loose formats.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, they have to be loose. Like my formats. Never mind. I like my jeans.
Yeah. Right. There you go.
Dave.
Yes.
Do you listen to Easy Allies?
I don't.
So the host of Easy Allies, Kyle Bossman, is leaving Easy Allies. Like, he's been there since they were game trailers, and they came and made Easy Allies, which is a Patreon supported company. Blah blah blah.
So what you're telling me is he's gonna go make his own show.
No,
and it's gonna be exactly the same.
No, I honestly missed a few episodes because I've been getting so far behind in podcasts. I don't even know if he has a specific thing that he's going to do. Like, I don't think he has a job lined up, but I could be wrong. But I listened to the latest episode where he was basically turning over to the guy who's going to be running the podcast from now on, which is another guy who was always there, Brandon Jones.
Okay.
And he was talking about all these different things about how to host a good, because he's an incredible host. He's an incredible host for what's it called? Like a panel style show.
Right. Right.
He's a great moderator, and he was talking about all these things, and he kept talking about bits and doing these things, and it made me I so badly, like, if we had segments,
yes,
one of those segments every week would have to be like a terrible, terrible bit.
I mean, this entire show is a terrible bit. No, and I'll prove it to you, John. Is
okay.
This person that will remain nameless till this day. That we talked about her possible book YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was sent to her. Now, after we recorded, I was like, yep, not going to send that to her because that's not a thing.
Wait. What were you not going to send to her?
Our conversation.
Does this person not listen?
This person does not listen on a regular basis.
So it's not who I thought it was.
No.
Okay, later you're gonna have to tell me who this was.
Anyway,
so she was sent our conversation.
She was sent our conversation. Was like, John's a jerk.
Why?
Because she's like, he's funny, but his idea of book YouTube channels is completely misdirected.
I don't understand what is wrong with the Booker T review books or whatever I said.
She wanted good, reliable feedback, and she came to us.
Yeah,
hoping to wrong show, mind you. And I didn't send it to her, or I would have, I would put like, a disclaimer that said like, we did this. It's mostly for jokes. You might get something out of it. I'm not saying you will. You probably won't. I actually know that you probably won't. But
okay. You and I have kind of talked about this. I've talked about this on Radio is Lame when I've interviewed different people.
Yes.
Is
Radio Islam.
Yeah, Radio Islam. So when I'm doing Radio is Lame, I have a good time. We make jokes, stuff like that. But I actually have some serious conversations. And because that's what that show can be. Right. Right?
And this show is never serious conversations.
No.
Except it has had serious conversations, but it is not its intent.
No. And see, here's the thing, and this is what I figured. This is like the thing with doing a show with you is it's fun to just goof off while talking to you. And the example I can really show is, and I know you may or may not listen to this for different reasons, but the way the Xbox Drive has changed depending on who the other co-host was.
Right.
It was at its funniest when it was you, because that's what you and Sean had, was the jokiness, right?
Right.
Because that's what you enjoy doing.
Yeah, just because it's no fun if I play games. If I had played games to talk about, the show would have gone on and on.
So
the wheels would have kept on rolling, John. If I had actually played games, or if I played games that I liked and talked about it, it's good that there's only like 2 Xbox games a year that I enjoy, which is Forza and wait for it.
I don't know what you're about to say.
There isn't one, John. That was the point.
Okay.
Although I am extremely excited to play Streets of Rage 4.
Okay, I'm going to ask you about that here in just a second. But
okay.
The point was, you don't come here to a show that you and I are doing looking for an answer that's not going to be at least 65% joke.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So I'm sorry, whoever your friend is.
I'm sorry to her too. I didn't mean to. She enjoyed our show though. She had a good time with it, John. I will tell you that. But she was like, "Yeah, John didn't give me any good advice." Although she did appreciate the tasting test of the book ideas as good jokes. She acknowledged that those were good jokes, bad advice. Good jokes, bad advice.
That's all I've got, man. That's all I've got. So real quick, speaking of Streets of Rage 4, are you getting it on Xbox?
I am. I didn't realize it was free with Game Pass. I was 100% prepared to buy it for Switch because it came out today.
Okay.
Yesterday.
It came out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You and I will play it on one of your days off. I have it started up. I played a little bit with Ryan, just testing it out. It is everything I would hope it would be.
Yeah. No. I love Streets of Rage. It's of the 2 Sega games that are good. It's Sonic and Streets of Rage.
No. Road Rash was great.
I don't have an attachment to Road Rash.
Oh, Road Rash is so much fun. I played the original Road Rash 2 recently on my Genesis. Fantastic play.
I should go back and play that.
You should.
It's not like I hate all Sega games. I just think like of the ones I remember and the ones that I've gone back to and been like, yeah, I love this game. It's like Sonic and Streets of Rage. So if there's another game that I'm like, oh man, Sega should dip back into their catalog and bring out another game, I'm like, I don't know. Just bring back, do Sonic Mania 2 and then make Streets of Rage 5 and just bring those to me every other year, and I could live with that.
So okay, so we're gonna keep going with this video game crutch that we're on right now, but I want to tell you that
should that be our new show? Video game crunch.
That's funny. I like it, but no.
So, no. It's too similar to an old show I did. It was called Crunch Character Crunch.
Oh
Yeah.
So I real quick though, I did want to tell you. So I had my window open because
are they howling
nice
again
outside? No, I haven't heard howling since that one night.
Okay.
But it's raining, and I just get to hear the sound of the rain. It's actually like a pretty decent rain coming down, and I'm just like listening to the sound of the rain while we're talking, and it's quite pleasant, Dave. Dave, it's pleasant.
Good, John.
So Dave.
Yes.
The last few days I have not had a lot of time with Animal Crossing because I've been at work and then, cooking.
Yes,
and doing
I'm the
projects
same.
around the house or
I'm the
whatever.
same way. I get in, I like hit my rocks, I get some stuff, I sell a little bit, and then I put it down again.
Well, so here's what I have done the last few days. So starting yesterday, I could go find a new villager because one of my guys left. A guy I was kind of hoping to keep around, but I was like, you know what? I'm okay. You can leave just so I can go hunt down a new villager.
So, but he left on his own though.
Yeah. And I talk to him like all the time. Like the ones I'm ignoring and trying to get to go away, like will not leave.
Yeah,
But
welcome
my
to it.
favorite guy tried to leave and I had to stop him. And then this guy went to leave and I was like, yeah, okay.
You
I'll let it
like
happen.
you like Stu on my island?
Which one's Stu?
Stu's my blue cow.
Oh, I would probably enjoy Stu.
I like Stu a lot.
So I have a blue goat that I really like named Sherb.
I had a camper yesterday named
Yeah.
Renee because it's a horse. Get it?
Oh, God.
Renee. So I went to her, John. I went up to her and I was like, "You want to give me something?" Because normally we're gonna play like a card game or something stupid where I have to guess completely at random, right? And she'd be like, "I'll give you my whatever shirt." And you're like, "That's a little weird, but okay, sure." And then you play the game and you lose and you don't get the shirt. And then I talk to her again. I'm like, is this it? Like, is this the loop? Is that all we're getting here? And then I finally got to the point where she's like, "Man, your island's so cool. I want to move here, but maybe we should play a game of random chance to see if I'm going to move here." And I'm like, of course we have to play our game of random chance. Which card suit is the card I'm going to pull? Here's your 4 choices. You're like, okay, I guess I'll pick one. And I got it. And I was like, okay, cool. We get to kick somebody out. And they're like, "Oh, your island's full. I hear Stu wants to move." And like, no, I don't want Stu. I don't want Stu to move. So I did the whole prompt again, John.
Yeah, did it still say Stu again?
And it went to Stu again. I thought it would change.
Yeah, I don't think it does. And that's the thing is like I've been waiting for someone. So I've been trying to get rid of certain people. So I've been waiting for someone to come to my my island and stay there. And there was this really cool looking elephant. And had I known that if I pestered it enough, I could kick someone else off and let it come on, I would have done so.
Yeah, but
I didn't find that out till today.
It would have kicked off somebody you like.
Maybe, but okay. So my son and I talked. There's 3 that cannot go. Sherb the goat, just because he makes me laugh. Eugene, my FBI agent koala, and Tasha, my moody Seattleite squirrel.
I can't let my Tutu, my pop star, go. I can't let Marina, my octopus, my sad octopus, go. I can't let Sprocket go because he's a robot rooster chicken thing, and I can't let Stu go because Stu is just great. The other ones, I don't really, like. I wouldn't want Nate to leave, who's a bear. I wouldn't want Jay, my blue jay, to leave. Like, I don't want them to leave, but I would. I'm definitely not going to let Jay leave. He's an original villager. I'm not going to let him go. But, like, Genji could leave. Brafina could leave.
I saw Brafina today. Okay, so over the last
she could leave.
Over the last 2 days, I've seen 4 villagers on the Mystery Islands trying to find one I wanted.
Uh-huh.
There was a monkey, and I looked it up, and apparently he's lazy, and he creeped out my wife, so he did not get invited. Not an ape, not a gorilla, but like a monkey, or like a sock monkey looking character.
Like my monkey, like the monkey of me, the red monkey that I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
There were 2 cubs, there's a difference apparently between bears and cubs. So one of them was named Blue Bear. It was a blue cub, and I forgot what the other one was. They were stupid. I didn't want them. There was an ostrich.
Okay.
Named Queenly or something like that. And it was tempting. It was tempting to take in the ostrich, but she kind of annoyed me. Ryan really wanted it. Amy was very much against it. And I was just like, I can do better. And then there was Brofina, I believe. Is that the chicken with the lipstick?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's Brofina.
I don't like her. She's fine.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If you have someone who's leaving, let me know, and I'll do the same. I think about this because if someone on someone else's island is leaving, you can go over and talk to them and get them to move to your island and boot someone else off.
Really?
I think so. So we need to try this out.
Okay, I'll let you know. I'm trying to get rid of Genji. You don't want Genji though.
No, probably not. But it's always good just to cycle people through depending on who I can get rid of. Okay, Dave. Here's the thing. I got an item I've been looking for. I still do not have my flat screen TV.
I got 3 more bunk beds, John.
Nice.
I think I got 2. I definitely got one that was the exact same one you sent me and was like, well, that's dumb. I have a bunker in my attic now.
Dave, are you ready to hear this though?
Yes.
What I got? I got a DJ table. The 2 turntables.
I have a DJ table.
That is the cool. I've been looking for that because now here's what I want to do. I want to get these like really high like turnip prices, advertise out to people that I know so that they just come see me. I'm going to put my switch, tell it not to go to sleep. I'm going to make a little gate because I saw someone else do that where they made like a gate so that people couldn't stray off the path between the airport and like the shop.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to make that gate so people can just come through and not screw with anything else. And I'm going to sit there by the doors to the shop with my DJ table going, playing music. I'm going to have the headphones on. I'm going to put some lights up. Like I'm going to make a whole little scene for people to pass by. And this will make me happy.
I'm happy for you, John.
So,
you can play some one of the really weird KK Slider songs.
Like didn't they like a Bollywood one? I sent Rachel some music recently because I had a duplicate, so I sent her some music.
Oh, I did not hear that because I'm trying to collect all the music and I don't have.
Well,
like,
every day just go to the thing and buy it.
Is that
every day? There's another song. If you go to like the ATM machine and go to the
shopping
Nook purchases thing. No, like in the
miles,
like where Tom Nook is. Where Tom Nook is.
Yes, but it's
right
it's
there.
in the Redeem miles or is it in the Nook shopping?
The Nook shopping.
Okay.
It's in the Nook shopping, specialty items. There's always a song.
Okay.
And I just buy it every single day.
I did not know that. I've missed out on a lot of days.
It'll be fine.
The first song I bought there. I didn't know it was a new one every day.
Yeah, it changes every day, but like I've come up with some duplicates now because I have so many.
Okay.
Anyway, so I got my DJ thing. Super excited about that. Tonight when we get done here, I've got to edit something and record a short audio deal, and then I'm gonna go lay down in bed and I'm gonna play some more and try to go to like 2 more mystery islands and maybe find some other.
CJ's on my island if you need to sell fish.
I'll get him when it comes to mine. Like it's got to the point now where like money doesn't really mean anything. So I keep making money and I keep putting it away, and I just like I try to buy like one big item from the shop every single day so I can expand my shop. And I also try to buy something from the clothing place every day. So eventually that'll expand.
Your shop not expanded? Your shop expanded already.
Yes, but it's going to expand more in the future, I assume, provided you've spent enough. This is my guessing.
I don't think that's a thing,
Dave. Eventually, I'm gonna be able to get Nintendo collectibles. That's all I gotta say. It's gonna happen. I will do whatever I have to. Eventually, this will happen.
John is due for disappointment, everybody. I got a fighting game cabinet, John, and it doesn't even do anything.
I have a dartboard, and when you go to it and hit the button, darts just start appearing in the target area. Like darts just one at a time will appear.
Why couldn't they make a dart game?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Dave, I need your help with something. We're going to move away from Animal Crossing, if you're okay with that.
I mean, Animal Crossing is all the joy in my life right now.
Yeah, Rachel, did you hear that? Animal Crossing is all the joy in his life right now. Nothing else in his life is joy.
I'm going to start going through this show and editing it. Because that was not the intent of that statement, John, and you know it.
So Dave.
Yes.
I've been working on getting more and more arcade ROMs onto my machine. And doing this a couple different ways. One, I pull up MAME on my computer, find a game, test it, make sure I actually have that ROM, right? Because MAME will show you 1,000 things you don't really have. Make sure I have it. Then I can look in that file and it'll tell me what the file name for the ROM is. Then I go find it in my list of all my ROMs for my MAME ROMs and then move it over, right? It's a long process. I found another site that has a bunch of MAME ROMs where I could do it, pick one by one by one. Here's the problem. There are 3 MAME emulators on this machine.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Well, at first, it seemed like only one of them worked. So I put them in the first one, none of them worked. Put it in the next one, none of them worked. Put it in the third one, all of them seemed to work, right? But as I started pulling these ones off this other website, like these individual ROMs, some of them aren't working in the one. So now I'm trying to put it on the other two to see if they'll work on that.
So when it boots into emulation station, is there 3 different MAME?
Yes, it just says MAME, MAME, MAME.
And they're all exactly the same. It doesn't say like MAME 2000 or...
No, it doesn't say MAME with any of the, like in the file folder, it has a thing next to it, but on the screen, it just says MAME. Here's the problem is there's going to be a number of games in these that don't work. And MAME is the one thing that I cannot find my way into to delete things out of. And it's the one that, so, I mean, whatever. I'll go through, I'll find a ROM, I hit it. If it doesn't work, I back out, right? Like, it's not a huge deal.
Yeah. It's a process. You got to earn this, John.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't have to earn it as much as if we were doing it from semi-scratch, which now we could.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, RetroPie. I know you're like a German company, not even going to understand what I'm saying. I don't know that. They're definitely a different country.
They're definitely European. I think they might be French.
Either way, thanks for releasing an actual official public beta build of RetroPie after John and I have officially given up on waiting for an official version of RetroPie. Thanks a lot.
So
I mean, I could revert now, I guess. I could start from scratch. But...
So here's the deal though, is I was watching the video on that, and because I thought about it. I thought like, you know what, maybe this is the way to go. Like, why not? Right?
Mm-hmm.
But there are some of the emulators that they have working already set up in this that you'd have to go through and take extra steps to make them set up in the actual RetroPie.
Yeah, I know.
Also, this is way prettier, and I don't know how to make it do that.
I mean, you just go to like themes and add themes. It's like it's not hard. It's just gonna take you some more time. It's just gonna be more tweaking. You've skipped a lot of the steps, and so that's fine. There's
part of me that kind of wants to get like a 32 gig micro SD card because they're not that expensive.
Right.
Like you can get one for less than $20. There's part of me that wants to get that and just do a second one based on this. Because, I mean, literally, all I can do is power this thing down, pop that one SD card out, pop the other one in. It's a whole new machine.
Right. That's the coolest thing about these.
That's tempting. If I can find a 32 gig lying around somewhere, which I might have one somewhere, I might do that just to
play with it.
Just to be like, yeah, just got to play with it, Dave.
I want to do all sorts of stuff with this RetroPie, with this Raspberry Pi. I want to build a Pi hole. Do you see this? You can take a Pi Zero, which is like a $10 computer at this point, and like build like an FM radio antenna, like that broadcasts a broadcasting antenna, not like a And then you can run a script.
We could make a pirate radio.
Yeah, I could broadcast this show off an FM radio that people could pick up, nearby. That
would be hilarious.
Part of me is extremely tempted now. That's illegal.
Yeah, it is.
But it would be pretty amazing. And if I just did it, if I just broadcasted this show at a specific time on an FM station at the same time every day, the times that it aired, not every day, just the one time, I really feel like no one would come after me.
No, I can't imagine.
But no one would ever find it either. So it would be funny, but it wouldn't be funny.
It would be cool, though, if a car goes driving by and you, hear them playing it because their windows are down. You're like, oh, my God, they stumbled across me.
Right.
I've always wanted my own, an actual morning show. Like, this is, in theory, a morning show, but it's not the same thing as having, an actual radio morning show.
No.
I'd love one of those.
I would love one of those, too.
Dave.
Look, I tried. Look, my dream with a collaboration of a bunch of people was to produce enough content at some point that we could produce an actual radio station. That would take a lot of people, and a lot of time and a lot of shows. And I can dream that day will come some point, right? But I would like not all those shows to be my voice. Yeah, no, you'd have to have a show a day. My shows have aired on stations, on internet radio stations, shows I've done. And that was really fun with lots of other people. That's why I've given, lectures in college professor classrooms about making podcasts.
Yeah.
Hi, John.
Hi, Dave. Hey, Dave, I have a quiz for you.
Oh God, here we go.
Do you want to take a quiz?
You know, every time I take a quiz with you, John, it's something stupid like
No. This right here. So here's my thought. So
if it's on BuzzFeed,
it's not. It's not on BuzzFeed.
Okay, is it about my?
It's not that kind of quiz.
Is it about my bodily fluid excrement?
No. So my goal was to find like a real, like a solid one. Like my thing was like, okay, there are things you've never heard of, like Julia Roberts, right? And I was trying to find like a list of things. It was like, here's things that everyone just knows about, and find out how many of them you knew about. Okay. But I haven't been able to find this lately. Like I had to maybe build this myself, and maybe we'll do like so. Amy might help me with this. So
this seems skewed though. Then it's like I came up with a bunch of things that everybody knows about that I assume Dave doesn't. It'll be really funny, like that one time that Adam Leonard was like, crash level or not, and I knew every single one of them.
No, so to make it work right, it would have to be stuff that in general most people would really know about. Like not, oh, I don't think Dave knows this thing. And time period matters too. So Amy and I were talking about it before the show, and she had some ideas. I'm like, but it has to fit in, right? So, but here's what I found. This is, forget the 90s, kids. How well do you remember the 2000s?
This is probably, I shouldn't say anything. I'm not going to say it.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share the screen here.
Oh, okay.
All right. You see my screen?
I do.
Okay. So we're going to go through this because some of these have visuals.
Okay.
Which is great for audio podcasts.
Uh-huh.
But
you can watch the video version, which I don't know what this will look like on the video version at forgetbeingcool.com.
Yeah,
okay.
me either. Okay, so here we go. I don't know how many questions are in this, but I think we're going to see how well you do.
Now let's remember that Dave is legally blind and he can see your screen, but he also can't read any of that. So that's good.
Okay, that's fine. I read it to you, and I will read you your 4 options because they each have 4 options, right? So which year did Barack Obama become president of the United States?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
2003, no. 2005, 2007, 2009.
What are my choices? 2007.
Wrong. 2009. Which model of iPod? Which model of iPod was this? So
that's a shuffle.
To describe this, it's a shuffle. This is one of the reasons why I had to share the screen. It's a little green one. It's the shuffle. I don't know what else to tell you guys. All right. Which British singer featured on Eminem's single Stan? Was it Duffy, Emile Sandé, Dido, or Joss Stone?
I don't know this, John.
Well, pick one.
Pick Dido because it sounds.
You are right. It was Dido.
Okay.
Who was everyone's first friend on MySpace?
Tom.
Rob. Tom. Oh, good job. Oh, it's Ellen. When was the first iPod released?
Oh God, okay. I've seen the presentation a bunch of times. It's a deck of cards with 1,000 songs in your pocket.
I am honestly not 100% sure about this, but I have an idea.
I cannot read the choices, John.
Okay, sorry. 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003.
I want to say it's 2001.
Okay. Oh, you were right. I would have been wrong with that one. I would have gone later than that. It's also weird to see that iPod.
Well, that's the first iPod that was on FireWire, and you had to use it with a Mac only. And
is that the deal? Like,
yeah.
The cord in this picture is a very weird cord.
That's a FireWire cable.
Oh, okay.
Which was a mistake, Steve Jobs, but we'll forgive him for that because the iPod was a big deal.
Yeah. What was the name of this television show? Now, guys, I would describe this television show, and I recognize some of the actors in it. I have never seen whatever show this is, but your options are Families of Orange County, California Livin', OC Dreams, or The OC. Okay, I can tell you what show this is based on the options.
I'm going to say The OC.
Yeah, okay.
But I've never seen this show or this picture or this cast or anything to do with that show. But because the choices are so bad, it's obvious what the answer is.
Yeah, like the other ones are just like
No one's ever heard
spin-offs
of
of this. But I can look at this and I actually recognize a number of the actors and actresses that have obviously gone on to do other things.
Yeah, well, this is a show I've never watched. I have no idea what it's about, and okay.
What was the third Lord of the Rings movie called?
Return of the King.
Okay, Return of the King is one of the options, and you are right. I probably would have guessed that, but yeah, no, I would have gotten that one right, I think, based on just having those options.
Okay.
All right. What were these dolls called? Okay, so describe the dolls.
I think they're brats.
They are definitely brats. They are not homegirls or baddies or queens, although I would definitely buy my daughter dolls named homegirls and queens.
Homegirls is really good.
Okay, here we go, Dave. Which of these consoles wasn't released in the 2000s? And the picture is a GameCube. Hold on. Oh no. I don't know if I have this. Audio.
This is a shitty soundboard. Everybody look at this. We're seeing it in real action this time.
Yeah, you're seeing. Yeah, don't read all this stuff on there because there's some weird stuff.
They don't even have volume controls for each clip. John, get a real soundboard.
Oh, you're right. I don't have the one I'm looking for anyway. Apparently, I did not upload it when I did everything. Okay, so
which of these consoles was not released in the 2000s?
Yeah, it was not released in the 2000s.
Okay.
We have Wii, Dreamcast, PlayStation 3, GameCube.
Dreamcast.
Nailed it. Can you tell me when these other ones were released? What years?
No.
So the Wii
is
would
like
have been
2006. Yeah, I was gonna say 7 or 8, but okay.
I believe it was 2006. The PS3 would have been what,
2008, 7?
No, it would.
Apparently, I think that's when everything happened. No, because
yeah,
I would have.
Like 2006. I don't remember the GameCube was like 2003.
It feels so early,
like
dude. I played the
2002.
PS3 for a long time then.
I know I got mine late, but I believe I still got it before my daughter was born.
I think I got mine like week 1. Somehow I talked, and it was like my birthday weekend or something. Somehow I talked into paying for half of that ridiculous cost of the 60 gigabyte PS3. Thanks, Dad.
Okay, if you know this one, good on you, I guess. Which year was the WWF Invasion storyline?
I've never heard of this. Don't know what this is.
Me either. This is when he bought out WCW and ECW and enabled the WWF to feature all of it. Okay, so 2000, 2001, 2, or 3. Just pick one because I have no idea.
2003.
Nope, it was 2001. God, what an idiot.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know when Obama was elected, but that's fine.
That one made me so happy.
This is why I'll never allow you to do quizzes ever again, but that's fine. Okay.
What was this documentary film called? Now, the picture, guys, for those listening, is just a guy with a whole bunch of French fries in his mouth.
Super Size Me.
Super Size Me. Did you watch that?
I have. I watched it only a couple years ago, finally, because everybody said it was so disgusting and horrible. It is. It's one of those things where when you look at it at a deeper level, it's only bad because it was doomed to be bad from the start.
Well, and it's also like so a lot of documentaries are there to push a point, right? Like they almost all have some bias to them.
This had an agenda.
Yeah, it had an agenda, but it was a little bit skewed because it's like I went from eating super healthy to eating super terrible for every single meal. Like anyone's body's just gonna shit itself if that happens.
Right. Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. It's not a fair test. And I probably shouldn't have an opinion of McDonald's, but that's a whole nother thing. But it was an unfair test against him and against McDonald's in the first place. Like it didn't work. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Which villain did Liam Neeson play in The Batman Begins? Hugo Strange.
This is the movie that I watched like once when it came out.
So Hugo Strange, Victor Zsasz, Carmen Falcone, and Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul, which I don't know.
That was right. I knew that one.
That was a good guess, Dave. Good job. Proud of you, Dave.
Okay, so I don't know how to describe this to anyone listening, but it says, "What was this horrible fad called?" And there's some poor kid. Okay, we're going to describe this because of just how bad this thing is on so many different levels. So it's some poor kid in school with one of those like drawstring backpacks on, leaning against a locker, covering his face, kind of crying. Kids cheering on as this other guy looks like he's about to punch him in some form. Now, to make matters worse, does this also not look like a picture for some like racist thing because it is a white dude beating up a black guy in a school? Like, does that not?
We weren't going to bring that up, John, but yes,
No.
It's wrong. It is definitely wrong.
So
it also
what is?
also like the people who say that like schools look like a prison. This looks more like a prison than it definitely should.
So okay, but I don't know what this is, and I'm kind of glad I don't know. What
I don't know what
this
this is either. I have no
Your
idea.
options are. I got to read these options out loud for anyone listening. Maybe they know what these things are, and please let me know if you've heard of these things before. LOL bullying, which doesn't seem like it goes well.
No.
Happy slapping, which sounds like something you don't do at school. Cell bashing, which and video smacking. I don't know which one. Let's go with one of these.
Cell bashing, which I don't know.
Happy slapping.
Yeah, definitely not something you do at school.
No, you should not happy slap. Guys, don't happy slap at school. Happy slap at home.
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it.
Well, I mean, not in the way they mean it.
And don't Google it right now, John.
No, with safe search on only.
Yeah.
In which round did Lennox Lewis KO Mike Tyson?
Yeah, definitely a thing I know.
You have 6, 7, 8, or 9.
9.
8. I know of that fight, but I don't know. What is the name of this snack? Doritos Puffs, Doritos Hollows, Doritos Air, Doritos 3D. I actually know this one after reading that answer.
I think it's Doritos 3D.
Doritos 3D. Yeah, it's these basically like these Dorito-looking things that someone has like blown up into a balloon.
This is, I think, the first time I've ever actually seen these.
Yeah, you know what? Funny enough, me too. Like I've heard of them.
Yeah.
I never saw them.
Yeah, it's a thing I've heard existed, but I've never seen it.
Okay, true or false? The iPod Touch had cell phone capabilities.
Oh my God, what? Hold on.
The iPod Touch had cell phone capabilities.
No, the answer is false, but that's a stupid question, but fine, okay.
Wait, where's your hiccup with this?
I mean, it didn't have cellular, right?
No.
But like,
no,
it did everything an iPhone did except cellular.
But it didn't have cell phone capabilities. Like that's exactly what the question is asking. Could you make a phone call with it? Not a FaceTime call.
Yeah, like you can now.
Well, you can't make a phone call with an iPod.
Yes, you can. You can make an iPhone voice FaceTime call.
Yeah, but it's a FaceTime call. That's not a phone call. That doesn't use cell service. That's still using internet.
Yeah, but I don't make cellular phone calls on my phone anymore.
I do. For work. Okay. Whose origin story is Smallville about? Can we give you the options? You should just know this.
It's Superman.
Yeah, Superman.
This is another show that I only know it existed. I'd never watched it.
Here's the scary part. Okay, so I've been told I should watch this. I think I've tried before and I hate it. And the whole thing is like he never actually turns into Superman in the show. Like I think I read somewhere that like they would not let him fly. Like he would never get to the point where he could even fly, or it would show it on the screen. So it's a little bit bothersome. I also hate Superman, but there's this one bald kid in a leather jacket in this picture who I can only assume is Lex Luthor.
Has to be.
It has to be. But it's almost like, what, Lex Luthor was always a bald guy? Like he never had hair? I used to have hair. It's the way it works.
In
At
high
one
school,
time you
yeah.
have hair.
Okay.
Yes. And he kind of looks like everyone there looks a bit pansy and
too pretty. Everybody's too pretty.
Yes. Yeah. Screw you, Smallville.
Except the bald kid.
Yeah, except for the bald kid who just looks a little bit
off. Yeah.
Yes, we'll go with off. Which of these was a popular chat platform before smartphones? ICQ, AIM, MSN, or all of the above?
Oh. Wait, no. It's AIM. It could be all of
Okay,
the above, but I'm gonna
nope.
say AIM.
It is all of the above, right? Because all of those were like chat things. AIM, ICQ, I think was one of the originals.
I never
Yes,
used any of those other ones, so fine.
I don't know if I ever used AIM. I'm also a little bit older than you are. Where did Tony Stark get kidnapped to in Iron Man?
Oh God.
Okay, so that thump that everyone just heard, like the little pop sound that came after me asking where Iron Man got kidnapped to, that was the sound of my power going out. And all of a sudden, everything in the room went black. And then all of a sudden, nothing was there. And then I hear footsteps on the stairs, and poor Amy was cooking me. So I say cooking me. It was for all of us, but she was cooking me some banana bread. Oh yeah, she makes amazing banana bread. And she's like, I don't know how long it has left because the timer stopped when the power went out.
Well, good luck. I don't remember where Iron Man was kidnapped, and
yeah. Well, and here's the thing is I would go back to that quiz and put it back on, but I don't even remember what website I was on, and all my web browser stuff closed, which means I hope I can find the stuff I was trying to download earlier. Luckily, I wasn't still downloading.
John forgot where the quiz was. Dave forgot what year Obama got elected. It's okay. We'll move on with our lives.
It wasn't an important election anyways, was it, Dave?
It was a very, very important election. My math and my remembrance of history, like combined, like remembering years of shit, is awful.
Well, you know what?
And the weird thing, look, I'm not going to try to justify my awful, stupid idiocracy moment here, okay?
Yeah.
But, the election goes on forever.
Yeah, like a year and a half, depending on the primaries and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So that's all I remember.
So here's the thing, though, and this is what always kills me about elections and when presidents come in and all that stuff is it's a new presidential election every 4 years.
Yes.
But so 2016, 12, blah 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 blah, right?
Right.
But they don't actually take office until the next year, and this bothers me.
Yeah. See, this is where
they should take office on the even years. Right. So there's going to be a 2020 election, but the president won't become the president or, depending on what the results are until 2021.
Right.
Right. No, have them on the 2020 is when they should become it. And,
right.
And the election before that, it's just nonsense.
No, it is. It's absolutely
It's just nonsense.
Because all I'm thinking is with the 2020 election, I try to do that math, go back as quick as I can, and then I screwed it up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It happens.
That's all right. John's made mistakes on the show before, too. We've had to edit them out.
Because I had the power at that moment.
Dave will admit to his mistakes. John will edit
because I realized what I had done as I was doing it. I was like, oh, no, this is too far for me.
John will not forgive himself. Dave, on the other hand, admits that he thought the GameCube came out in the 90s on a show once.
Which I could not find my audio for. Dave, it's been a long night. I've been up since 4:40.
So I was born in 92. Let's talk about this for a second, John.
Okay.
And then I'll let you go.
Okay, you're born in 92.
I don't know what our show length is anymore.
About 48 minutes.
Sorry, guys. You lost 10 minutes because John lost his power. I was born in 1992.
Yeah.
So I consider myself a 90s kid. Right?
Yeah, you're a 90s kid.
But, the reality is, the stuff that I remember starts in, 1998.
Yeah, you're still a 90s kid. I'm still an 80s kid. I was born in 81, but I remember the 80s.
But I'm more like a 2000s kid. If we're going to really get into it, but, when you define my childhood, it's here's the 90s kid stuff, and it's that's the stuff I had.
Yeah, so and that's why when I was looking for that quiz, I liked the fact that it was a 2000s thing. I was looking for something in the 2000s, 2000 to 2010 time period. That's everyone should know these things, or everyone has an idea of these things. Does Dave? It's called the segment "Does Dave?"
You want to pitch that as our new show?
No, Dave. I think here's what we gotta do is every episode though.
But the beauty of a show called "Does Dave?"
It could be a of something else, like a cow does, Dave.
It can be about anything, but I also can't be replaced.
Well, you could with a different day.
True. There are a couple days.
Yeah, it's not the most unpopular name.
Well, damn.
Dave, I do think that every episode we have to ask and answer a question dealing with what our future once a week show is going to be, so that by the time we're forced to do it, we will just have this amazing idea.
Right.
So all we know now is that we do not want video games to be allowed to be a crutch of the show.
Right. Video games are a thing. Video games will always be a subject of John and I's, but it doesn't need to be it can't be the backbone of the show.
Oh, it can't even be like the left leg or left arm of the show, right? Like it. So even with a show like this, right, we could go to video games as much as we want to because of the nature of the show, the nature of even what the show and it was initially. We could go to video games as much as we wanted to,
and the nature of what the idea of the site Forget Being Cool is built on. Like, yeah, this show is like the epitome of that idea in general.
But we need whatever the new thing is.
What's the new hotness? What's next after video games?
Nothing. The world will end.
Let's do an entire show about VR. But we can't talk about games.
Yeah, that's a problem. So we can talk about what? VR learning. And VR porn. Like, that's our two options. Which those can kind of be the same thing in some fronts.
Both are educational.
Yes.
I'm watching it for I'm watching it for the educational qualities. Yes. Same way I used to read it for the articles.
Yeah, except for you didn't see a Playboy for the first time until like a year ago or whatever it was.
Yeah, you're right. No, like 3 months ago.
I couldn't remember the exact time.
Although clearly it's been more than 3 months because somehow it's May. It's probably been like 5 months. Let's be real. But you're right.
But anyway, so every time
I'm a '90s kid, John. It was behind the counter at 7-Eleven, too far out of reach, and not a thing people were buying anymore. The internet was a thing.
Yeah, no, I understand. But yeah, every episode we will ask and answer a question that will lead us to whatever the next great thing is. Okay. And by the time we're forced to go once a week, we will have this next show idea.
We've got one more thing we have to do before we leave, John.
What's that, Dave?
I know you want to go to sleep.
Well, I mean, so do you.
Yeah, true, and I'm technically it's later here than it is for you.
Sure.
Jim Young, listener Jim Young. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Has sent in a question on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know if you saw this.
I did see that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you see this, John?
So this is the one about like what video game we want turned into a movie.
Yes.
This is a question that would not be allowed to be asked in our future show.
I mean,
no, it'd be a crutch. It'd be a crutch. Questions like this, but for now, we're good with this question.
Okay, fine.
So, I was thinking about this earlier, Dave.
I was too.
And I was thinking I would want it to be something funny. I would want it to be a comedic thing.
Did you see Sonic?
I have not seen Sonic yet.
Okay.
I hear it's decent.
Sonic is good.
Okay, I've heard that.
Good is a very careful word there. It's good. It's not great.
Did you see Angry Birds? The first one?
I thought Angry Birds. I enjoyed the first Angry Birds. I did not see the second one.
Yeah, no, I think I did. I don't remember if I saw the second one or not. If I did, it wasn't great. The first one, though, I really enjoyed.
I enjoyed the first one enough to be like, that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu was good. It was definitely good. But I was trying to think about this. Right, I was trying to think about like what I'd want. And the fear is always screwing it up, right? The fear is always making something bad while trying to follow the storyline. Like, I love the Resident Evil movies. I absolutely love those movies. I'm not going to say they're good, but I really love the Resident Evil franchise. Like, all the movies, I think I've seen all but one of them. I want to do a marathon at some point because I love these movies. Now, but it's not what I want. Okay. So I was thinking maybe Conker's Bad Fur Day? Because you have room for humor. Like, you could make like an adult cartoon out of it, which is basically what that is.
You also could toe the line that somewhere like between adults and not.
Yeah, but it could still end up with a good rated R rating on it. Knowing that game, like you might not be able to toe the other side of that line.
I played that game for a very short period of time. It bored me.
It's a platformer that they gave an adult story to. I mean, that's really what it is, right? I haven't played it in a long time.
I didn't feel like it was a very good platformer.
I enjoyed it quite a bit. But I'm trying to think, like, what else could you make like a comedy out of? Like, what other game? I mean, like the Portal ones could be interesting. Maybe you could do something there. But I can see it also being bad. Yeah, but I can see it also just being bad.
We're gonna get a Fortnite movie, almost guaranteed.
Yeah, probably.
Which I don't know what that's about. I feel like that ends up something like the new Jumanji movie.
I don't know. Like, okay, what is a game that's ever made you laugh? Is there a game that's ever made you laugh?
No.
Well, never mind there, Dave.
I want an Animal Crossing movie.
Oh my God, it would be.
And actually, let's stop there for a second.
You could make something good out of it.
You could make a really great movie.
But okay, here's the thing though. If I made an Animal Crossing movie, hold on, let me tell you the one thing that would be very important about this. It wouldn't be a cartoon. It'd be live action.
Oh,
there'd be one person,
so wrong.
And all the villagers would have like those costumes where it's like obvious it's a person inside the costume. So like if it's like the horse, there'd be like the hole cut out in the neck where the actual person's face is sticking through. You know what I'm talking about? Like the costumes.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. No, God, please no.
No, this would be all my characters. This is how I would do it. It would be very. If I were to make this movie, right, it would be very much acknowledging the fact that it's ridiculous that there's only one human in a world full of animals.
Yes, and it needs to be like cringe funny.
Yes,
like that's definitely the thing they need to lean into.
Yeah, and like you'd literally have the character like shaking trees and then diving out of the way as a couch falls out.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
These are things that would have to happen.
I am not excited about the Mario movie at all.
Is it going to be cartoon?
It's going to be cartoon. It's by Illumination, the guys that made Despicable Me and all the Minions movies.
It could be good though. I mean, I enjoy Despicable Me.
The first one.
Yeah, I mean the other ones are okay too. I mean I enjoy them enough. Right? They're not fantastic, but they're enjoyable. And if it's a cartoon, I mean it's not going to be anywhere near as cool as the old 90s one, but you know, whatever.
I just don't have faith in it.
Yeah, well.
And then I kept thinking about like the serious franchises and like we're going to get an Uncharted movie at some point when that goes back into production.
Did you hear, I don't know, did we talk about this or not, where the Trolls 2, so Trolls 2 went straight to home release, right? I'm assuming you could rent it or buy it or something. I don't know. But it was supposed to be in the theater, didn't go in the theater because of everything going on, straight to home release. In 3 weeks, it made more money than the first one did in theaters for 5 months.
That's amazing.
Well,
now
it's also aimed at kids, which could change things a bit. But also, think about this. If you can watch movies in your house for, let's say you could rent a movie for $20 right when it first comes out.
Yeah.
And then you and Rachel could both sit there on the couch and see it.
Yeah, no,
right?
100% worth it. And I have the big TV and the big sound system. Yeah. And I can do everything. It makes you
wonder if more people, like if enough more people would do it to where the profits would actually be higher.
So here's where that technicality gets weird. Okay. Yes, it made more money than the first one did in theaters in the first 5 months that it was in theaters. The 5 months that it was in theaters, not including like rerun theaters. Yeah. The problem is they make money again when it goes to on demand. They make money when the airlines buy it. They make money again when it goes to cable. They make money when it goes to digital. They make money when people rent it before it goes to digital from digital services. And they missed out on that entire list of transactions. Yes, we skipped the movie theater and they made more money than the movie theater, but they may not have made the amount of money they would have made if it had gone to the theaters, then gone to on demand, then gone to cable, then gone to streaming, then gone to video release.
So,
like there's a big chain of how these movies gets released and how they make money, and they need to go through all those patterns.
So your argument is that we need to wait maybe a year to find out if movies released this way actually would do better or worse than had they been released in the theater.
Right.
Interesting.
And they need to prove it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know. But I can see that.
John, there's not a video game that I want to do a movie anymore.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the movie.
No.
Um,
Skate could make a pretty cool movie.
Hold on. Toy Story 2, the movie.
Toy Story 2, the video game, the movie.
No, the movie based on the video game. Yeah, so the video game, the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, John.
Hold on. I was trying to see like what else I have over here. Nope, I don't have a lot of my games in here. I have like Animaniacs. Here's what's funny is like I have Animaniacs out. Star Fox. Star Fox could be a cool movie if they did it right.
Star Fox could be. That's not a bad one. There's enough like lore and
They
story.
need to make an awesome Zelda movie.
No, they don't. Sell the story. Here's where we're gonna go, everybody. Get ready. Dave's gonna throw the gauntlet down. Sell the stories suck.
Dave, I have an idea for a limited run podcast for us.
Okay.
I have the entire cartoon series. Hold on. I have the entire cartoon series of the Zelda cartoon, which is not that many episodes.
Right.
You and I watch all those.
Then the Super Super Show.
Then we do the commentary over it. Like I'm Link and you're Ganon or something like that. And we
John,
talk
always
about
go back
it as
to
the actors
yes, John.
doing the commentary over the thing. I think this is a winner. We could talk about like how I accidentally nicked your tail with my shooting sword and it really hurt you or something. Like this could be an amazing idea, Dave.
The best
you don't even have like words.
the best video games are good games that don't have great stories. And the ones that have great stories are great because they're in that format. I think there's a lot of movies that could translate to really cool games. I think there's a lot of TV shows that could translate to really cool games. But I don't think it necessarily goes both ways because you're not gonna please all the fans when you take it to the movie form. Like there's something that people are looking for, and you can make good movies. Like the Sonic movie's a good movie, but I don't know how much it is Sonic. And John, I don't care. I'm spoil something for you, and it's not gonna break your heart because you don't even believe in spoilers. But like the post credit scene of the Sonic movie when Tails shows up, right?
Yeah.
Like that's great. And I was thinking the whole time, like, man, I'd like to see Tails in this movie, and Tails looks awesome, but like if this movie gets any more like Sonic-y characters, it's gonna be a problem. Like the reason it works is it's not a bunch of Sonic characters running around the real world. It's Sonic and a bunch of humans, and Sonic's the main character, and Sonic's story is what matters. But it doesn't feel weird because it's still grounded in some sort of reality. You start shoving Tails and Knuckles and Rouge and Knuckles and, all these stupid big CGI Sonic characters all over the place doing Sonic stuff. It's not going to make any sense. It's going to be stupid. The Sonic stories have always been stupid. If we're going to go hunt the Chaos Emeralds to fight Chaos in a live action movie, then it should have been a cartoon the first time. And even then, that'd be a stupid cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah, they should stop doing it. Let's be honest here. Let's just make video games based on movies and not vice versa.
Right. And make good ones. It's possible.
Sure.
Like the Toy Story 2 video game.
I was playing that recently.
It's a good game.
Yeah, well, funny. Obviously, I just showed it to you. Toy Story 3 video games, okay. The original Toy Story video game on the Super Nintendo was actually really fun. I like that one a lot. I have that.
I have the Toy Story 1 video game on PC from being a kid. That
I'm
game
assuming
was
it's the
pretty
same game.
I doubt that thing would run on the Super Nintendo, but I'll look it up.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get out of here, Dave.
This has been
We're both
Forget
tired.
Being Cool for May Day, right? It's May Day, right? That's
I think May 1st is May Day.
I don't know, but I don't know what May Day is.
It's what you yell when your plane's getting shot down.
Oh, okay. Let's go get our May Day tickets in Animal Crossing, everybody. This has been Forget Being Cool for May 1st, 2020. My name is Dave Moore. Of course, that's Johnny Casino. You can follow him at Johnny_Casino. Me at Tell You Dave. And everybody, in these trying times, please take care of your shelf. Make sure you clean it off.
For more great discussions, hit that subscribe button or visit forgetbeingcool.com.